In Canada, specifically, massive government spending on healthcare would probably be more effective than massive government spending on infrastructure. And it would be incredibly popular, too. I'm not saying that you should see this as a choice here, alright? We need both. But in terms of multiplier effects, job growth, tax revenue, etc., healthcare is probably the better investment. Okay, we're talking about long-term jobs, high-paying jobs, permanent jobs. Right? When you talk about construction, everything that spins off of it goes away eventually, right? Unless you sustainably keep spending money on construction. When you talk about healthcare, you're not creating temporary jobs. You're creating industries that are going to continue to develop. I don't want to talk about patients as customers, but I mean, so long as people need healthcare, that system will continue to develop if you kickstart it out, right? And so if the idea of stimulus, of fiscal stimulus, is supposed to be to get things going again, to breathe life into a system that's stalled, you'd think that healthcare would make more sense if you're Canada, right? And you have a socialized as well, or a monopoly on insurance. Wouldn't make as much sense in the States. I tried to look this up, but the only information I could find was China, where the government was thinking that it could spend a lot of money on healthcare, but and the criticism was that the reason it wouldn't work was because people had to put money up front. They said that if people didn't have to put money up front, it was probably a great idea. And it was The Economist or some paper like that, right? Might have been the Wall Street Journal, I can't remember. I probably should have written it down. I'm not going to go looking for it again. But in Canada, because it is, that makes sense. The only criticism I could think of is that it might be seen as a little bit circular, right? You spend money in, and then who's paying the doctors? The government's paying the doctors, right? But the point is that it could set off, industries that would keep generating, right? And it's more to the business to business side of things, right? Like I say, it's the kind of thing that you've got to crunch numbers, right? But I just wonder if the focus on infrastructure is just something we've inherited from outside the country, and maybe if we might be able to find a better stimulus package by looking at the country specifically. What is it in Canada specifically that would have the best bang for the buck? Strikes me as a way to solve multiple problems all at the same time, right?